Greetings, chess players, chess lovers. We have another tactics on our hands. Okay, so what we see here is black to move, and we want to give the move to white to see what their threats are. As you can see, white is threatening to queen, and that is coming probably the next move if black doesn't do anything quick. So the onus is on black to do something here. Now, what are the moves that we can? What are the moves for black? There are checks. Let's for the checks, captures, and threats. The first, so we're going to go to analysis board, and we'll see that there's a threat. There's a check here, which doesn't do anything, just loses a piece. There's also another check here, doesn't do anything, just loses a piece, so useless. What about captures? There's no capture. There's a capture of this knight. And rook and this doesn't do anything, just loses a piece. This rook is hanging, so it's not going to be considered. Now, what of threats? Now, there's a threat here of knight to f4. Now, this is a serious threat because on the next move is going to be checkmate. As in, if white does anything else like this is going to be checkmate, I believe. Although the king hasn't got anywhere to go, so it's checkmate. Yeah. So that is checkmate. Now, this is the threat that we see on the board. What can white do? What are white's checks, captures, and threats? Checks. This is a check. It doesn't do anything. The king just moves up, and there's nothing no follow up. So we take that back. What did that? No, that check. Okay, captures. There's no capture. Threats. There's a threat here to. I mean, pawn break. This is a pawn break. But threats. There's this no threat. It's not a threat. No threats. Just the pawn break. That's the major thing he has in his arsenal. So white has to defend. So this is the major defensive move we see here to defend uh, against this. Okay, now this is an annoying move because we cannot carry out our mate threat as black. So, and if we go on to capture this bishop, it's going to slow us down as we cannot we cannot finish him up as we wanted. So this is going to slow us down. White has time to promote his pawn to a queen and cause problems for us. I mean, by the time you get back here, there's all kinds of trouble checks and you secure the pawn. So this is not desirable at all. So this is the war. This is no. This is the move that we have to be concerned about. What do we do about this move? So at this point, we now look for checks, captures, and threats from black. Now checks. This check is not useless. Doesn't. I mean, it's going to be captured, so take it back. This capture we've seen that it's also not good. It's just going to waste our time. Uh, what do we do here? Capture this bishop. He queens. Okay, so let's just look at the capture. Since there's no capture, there are two ways you can promote. You can promote here. You can promote here. What is the idea? If you promote here, that's going to be slow. Because check capture. No, it's not. It's not going to work. I mean, rook check is not going to work because this square is heavily defended. So we are back to this position. What do we do? Hmm, capture this. Let's look at the rook checks again. Captures trade. We go back to the same sequence. This is a capture which we've seen. It's going to slow us down because it's going to promote. Uh, capture this knight. Rook captures. Capture. Yeah, this is gonna still queen. Still gonna queen, and it's not still the same problem. Yeah, so he's gonna be up a queen for nothing. All right, so we have to solve this problem and look at the best move for black. Now we could still go ahead and capture this pawn and let him capture this, but there is still no follow-up here. So we're gonna go back, come back again. Let's get the bishop back here. Rook times. So that means this knight move here is probably not the best. So we have to look at other options. Doubling on this file, capturing this knight, it's not the best. Knight comes. Okay, let's start. Let's look at this. This is still a threat. Let's look at the threat now. This is a very potent threat. This is still coming. Well, there's got to be another way to make this happen. If one way doesn't work out, you try another. What if we come here? That's the same threat, and he has to defend this square, so he could come here. And this bishop has become very annoying. What do we do? Check, still not going to work. So the bishop is going to defend all our knight jumps, which makes it harder to achieve. So I'm going to come back to this critical position here. And we're asking ourselves, what do we do? So checks, captures, and threads. So now at this point, this thread, this move here, this move, this move, this move. Well, so let's just capture. Okay, so he promotes to a queen. You could choose that, and we come to renew the threat. I mean, okay, anyway, well, what we have here is this, and this. So we kind of have a situation where it's that if that is the case, but if he promotes here, now this is more difficult. Capture, capture, and no, it's still not. It's not going to cut it. All right, so these are one of these positions that we have to analyze. Look at the end of the whole forcing move. That's the whole point. That we should look at the end of the forcing variations. Okay, so we came to this critical position here. Now, what if before we made this knight move, we try to stop this bishop incursion? Well, there's a problem. We are not protecting the back rank, so the pawns will just queen so easily. And would that be a problem if we just came here and the pawn queens, you know, and we came here and the pawn, this is not going to be pleasant because it's just going to defend that pawn. So we have to see other possibilities. Come here, bishop comes here, the rook eats, the pawn promotes, we eat, still not good. Mm, so, I don't want to make this video lengthy, but we have to arrive at a point where we can, you know, say we do this and he promotes. Now, this is just going to take this, takes, and there's not progress we made here. All right, so the this is also another thing you could think about. He promotes, we move on to grab, or we do this, but this rook is hanging. We can't do that. So we have to take this pawn seriously. What do we do here? Check. Okay, so start from this. This was the first variation. We've seen that the bishop counters this beautifully. We could attack, and this will promote, and we will capture, and he will check, and we'll go up. He will, I don't know what he could, no, he could try to take this, and promote next time, and still it's going to slow us down. We are not achieving our aim yet, so it's not going to be good enough. So we still will get to the bottom of this. Now we have this critical position. We've not seen any better variation than this. So one thing you could do is actually sacrifice this rook. Now that means the bishop has no access. So the bishop can promote if you want to promote, but I will have my checkmate. So I think that this is the best move. Sacrifice the rook so that if the bishop wants to take, yeah, take, but you're not getting out of this. You're not going to get out of this alive. I'm taking here with the checkmate. So that's my some. That's what I think. So let's try and see if this is the right move. So we come here. Let's see. Okay, the bishop is here as we expected, and we sacrifice the rook. The bishop took the rook. We have to take back the bishop, and there's a queen, and this is the checkmate. So, thank you very much for joining me in this tactics. I'll see you in the next one. So, always remember to calculate to the end of the forcing moves. That's how you do check tactics. Thank you.